Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. So I know you have only just saw this image, but I am dying to kit up Shine On from Treasure Studio Art, and it's by Lizzy Falcon. Let me get it out of this packet and I will show you. Sorry about the ruffles. So this is the image. I have picked a 50 by 60 and it has 22 colours in it, and it is all crystal rhinestones. Look at them. How amazing is that? That's why I'm absolutely dying to do it, because I've never done anything with crystal rhinestones on before and it just looks incredible. So I am doing it on my bed because the printer has finished but I can't move it, so yeah, that's how we're doing it. And I have chosen to do it in my Harbour Freight storage containers because there is 24 containers in this, so I need 22, so it's like the perfect size. And we've got some big bags, so let me just, this is a new one, so I just need to get it all out if I can. I'm doing it like this and I've got blooming scissors. Oh well. Okay, so let me just pop these boxes. It's very weird how they're in, because the first 3 of each row are the right way up and then the next 3 are the wrong way up. So this 4 columns of 6, or 6 rows of 4, whichever way you want to say it, in the Harbour Freight containers. So it makes 24 altogether, and they're decent size actually. They hold quite a lot, which is why they're perfect for kits with a small amount of colours, but still, well, they still have relatively, you know, quite a lot of colours. So there we have it. I'll keep that bag for rubbish, although I don't think there's going to be a lot with this. So the question is, what do we do? So I'm going to use these to sticker up my containers. Now I want the DMC colour because they are crystals, but they are DMC numbered, which is amazing. And I also want the symbol, but there's quite a hefty gap in between them, which makes it a bit hard to put on. So what I think I'm gonna do is, first of all, cut this sticker sheet up. Oh gosh, I'm gonna keep the picture because that can go in my like logbook thing. But what I'm gonna do is cut the bit where it says the DMC number. Oh my god, it's such a squeaky thing. Let's just take off that bottom bit. Oh, can't even get it. Let's just get rid of that because we don't need it. There we go. That makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? And then we don't really need the list number either. So as you can see, it's a bit still long for the containers. So what I'm going to do, let's take off the top because we don't need that. And let me just cut this part like, oh, I can if it'll stay. We'll do it there. There we go. So what I think I'm going to do is just stick them over like each other. Maybe I need to cut off more. I'll get some double-sided tape. Let's just try to cut off a bit more of this. Do it in the middle. There we go. Oh, super hard, isn't it, when you only need a little bit cut off. Okay, so I'm going to sticker that up like that. Or I don't actually know whether to just like put it through the sticker. No, I need to stick it on together. I didn't know whether to just make 2 separate stickers. In fact, I might. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do it. So what I've decided. Sorry, I know I'm kind of talking in my head because I don't really know what I'm doing. But what I've decided is I'm just going to separately sticker on the number and separately sticker on the symbol. So, let's put that over there. I need to grab myself my scissors. Oh gosh, and get my Xyron sticker maker, which is this way up. And I want to put the symbol in and the DMC number in and try to get them sort of straight, which is going to go horrendously wrong. I need it to kind of like grip these so I can pull it down. Ugh. Going straight, please. This is tense because I need it to go in straight at the top. So it stickers it all sorted. Okay, and then rip it off. Okay, so then we just peel off the top layer and we have ourselves some stickers. Right, so I've just hit my little thing. So I'm gonna cut them up. Right, and actually while I'm doing this, if you remember a few weeks back or even longer, I don't even know, I actually talked about having like a theme, a topic that I can discuss while I do like kitting ups, kitting downs, stuff like that, where I'm just rambling. So some of you have commented, so I thank you very so much. I thank you ever so much for commenting on my video that I mentioned it on. You've got some great ideas, and I just thought I would start that today. So the first comment that I got was actually to talk about places I've visited and holidays that I would like to go on, or places that I would like to visit. So I thought I'll split that up for you guys. So we'll talk about places that I've visited first. So I don't think I'm majorly, like, I'm not like incredibly well travelled. I do think that I have, you know, seen a few places, but yeah, I don't think I'm like some sort of like well-travelled person. But yeah, so let's think. So I think the first holidays that I've sort of been on when I was like a little baby have been to Spain, and Spain's one of them places, especially for the UK, that is easy to get to. I kind of imagine it as like, you know how Mexico is for people that live in the United States. Well, that's kind of like what it is for people in the UK. Like, it's very easy to get to France and Spain, but France doesn't tend to be as Mediterranean. Let me just move this down a bit more so you can see more of what I'm doing. Yeah, France doesn't tend to be as like warm a lot of the time. Like, I have been to France and I will obviously cover that, but yeah, Spain's like the destination most Brits go to. Spain and Portugal tend to be the most. Okay, so I'm just going to sticker up my containers using the stickers. So I'll put the DMC numbers on one side and then I'll put the symbol on the other side. So I've been to Menorca, I think, and then I'll kind of touch more, I think, on other places in Spain. I've been on a cruise, because I have been on one cruise around the Mediterranean, so that was nice. But I'll touch on that when I talk about the cruise. But they were like the places that I went when I was baby. Alicante, I don't know if that's near to them. I've not been to Benidorm. Benidorm's another classic that I've not been to. Other places that we've tended to go on holiday, they have been Europe. So we've been to Greece. We've been to Corfu. And then technically it's a Greek island, I think. Cyprus is classed as, is it? I don't know. I know it is, like, you know, they speak Greek food and stuff. We've been to Cyprus, we've been to Paphos. And they were just, you know, all these are kind of like lounging around the pool holidays. That is mainly what I class as a holiday. For me, I'm not somebody that, I love to sightsee, but I've always, you know, we've always been like the family that can only really go like one place a year. Like we've sometimes not even done that. So growing up, a holiday was sort of like not something that came around all the time. So when we did go on holiday, we tended to want that to be like a relaxing thing, like lounging around the pool. We had a few sightseeing days. We had a couple of days where we'd go to like an aqua park, a water park, which would be nice. Oh, this one's having a bit of trouble closing back up. There we go. So yeah, Greece and Spain tended to be the most, and the Canary Islands. So, but obviously technically they're classed as Spain as well. So I've been to all Bar Gran Canaria, been to Lanzarote, been to Tenerife, been to Fuerteventura. So there is literally just Gran Canaria that I haven't seen of the Canary Islands. And these places might sound like really, really insane to some of you, I don't know. But I think most people in Europe tend to know these as like holiday destinations. You tend to see in resorts like that, there usually is a lot of Brits, a lot of Germans. But yeah, so they're like ones that we've been on with family. This is taking ages just to stick up containers, isn't it? but I have got a lot of destinations to talk about, so it's fine. Although I really do want to get crack-a-lacking on actually diamond painting tonight. But anyway, so they kind of like I say, the holidays that I've been on as a family. So they were the ones that I went on growing up. I've been on school trips abroad as well. So they were both to France. So the first one, I have no idea where we went to. I think it was like northern France, because it was maybe an hour or two after we got off the Eurotunnel. So it was in, oh, what's it called now? Where like the port is in France. That's at the right top. I forgot the name of it, but it wasn't that place. It was like a little town. It was nice. It was kind of warm because we went in the summer. We went in like June, July sort of time. Early July. So it was a nice sort of weather. But I remember going there and staying in like this little hotel, and we had like we went to see a war site. I remember going to see. And where you could still, obviously they didn't look like trenches anymore, but we could still go and walk around like where trenches were, and they were still in the ground, but like grass had grown over them, so they just looked like hills. They looked like the hill in the Teletubbies. That's how I kind of can explain it, if anybody knows what the Teletubbies is. Do you know, like they had this like grass mound. That's what they were like, with the grass over it, but they were originally trenches, and we could go and see that. But I don't really remember much from that trip, apart from there was like a nice little town. There was like where our hotel was situated, and it was like cobbled streets, so they tended to just let us go off, you know, in our friendship groups, and just go into the shops and buy sweets and stuff. That was really nice. Buy ice creams and all that. Okay, so they're all stickered up. So all I'm going to do is just go through. It's going to be nice and easy, this one, and fill up the containers as much as I can, and then because they're already in grip seal bags, whatever is spare, like, well, whatever I've got left in the bags, if they don't all fit into the containers, I can just keep in the bags and then keep the bag. So that'll be good. Right then, so you'll have to bear with me when I'm like looking for the container. But yeah, I really enjoyed like that, and I find France a lot like that. You'll have to tell me if you actually live there, and there's just little areas that, you know, I can't explain it, but there was like lots of shops. It was a bit touristy, but I mean, in our tourist locations in Britain, they're like, you know, you've got some main roads, like you wouldn't be able to just go let kids wander around London, for example, on their own. Whereas that was just like really nice that the teachers could do that with us. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was just lovely. And then the other school trip I went to France was to Lourdes. So I went to a Catholic school. I am, you know, Catholic. Being raised, I went to a Catholic primary school and Catholic secondary school. So Lourdes is a Catholic pilgrimage. So we do it with the churches around what we call our diocese. And the diocese I was in was called Hallam, which is in Sheffield. And basically you go with, so there's some older people that obviously rely on wheelchairs and stuff like that. So you go to basically, you have like an elderly person, and you team up with like 4 people, and you all take care of this elderly person, and you're responsible for them for the entire trip. And I found that so fulfilling, and we had masses, and there was this one time where we had like this candlelight procession round sort of Lourdes. All I can explain Lourdes to you is it's a bit like a religious Disneyland, because bear with me here, but it was like they had like a big church building in the centre, which is essentially where, if you don't know what Lourdes is, Saint Bernadette basically she lived in Lourdes, sorry, and I think she was poorly. I want to say she was poorly, I can't remember the story very well anymore, and Mary came to her and told her to drink, like Mary's dead, like this is like an angel in the form of like Mary, and told her to drink this water, and then she drank it and Bernadette got better. And then apparently Bernadette's still buried there, and like apparently like her body's still in like pristine condition. Like I didn't see it, I don't think people can see it, I don't know, that would be kind of weird, but apparently so. But you know, it started this whole thing that the water has like healing powers. So the idea is the sick go to Lourdes and they drink the water and they get healed, and there was so much that happened in that. It was a lovely trip. So there are baths where you can go into the water, and it's weird because it's that water where you get submerged and you're clothed and stuff, and you come out and your hair's dry and your clothes are dry, and I did that experience. So I actually went into the water and came out like completely dry, which is insane. I wouldn't call myself like, I don't know, I think I'm very sceptical, and yeah, that was something I couldn't explain. Although I believe like really salty water does that, you know, the type that you float like in the Dead Sea and stuff. I could be wrong, but I feel like that might be like the type of water where you don't come out wet. So I could be wrong, but if so, it would be easy, wouldn't it, for them to just fill the baths with that sort of water, and then, you know, it could completely be an illusion. That's what I'm trying to say. And I mean, I know you're thinking, oh, you're religious. Yeah, but I'm also, like I said, very sceptical about, you know, especially something like that that's, you know, probably just trying to make money off of people. Like, I think I had to pay to get into this bath thing. So yeah, that type of stuff makes me very sceptical. But it did feel like a wonderful experience, and I can totally imagine if you are poorly and you know, you've got a terminal illness, for example, or you're in pain, you know, there is such thing as a placebo effect. Like, I do genuinely believe in that. And yeah, it could totally help somebody, right? Honestly, this is why I chose to do like these like topics, because I can ramble on for days about something. Okay, just had to save my memory card. That means I've been rambling on for 20 minutes. So yeah, Lourdes was amazing. What next? So then I have been to Cape Verde, which I think is an island in sort of like an African sort of, you know, one of them islands off of Africa, a bit like the Canaries. But I think this one was originally like a Portugal territory, and then it's been basically, they've got independence now, and they're turning it into some sort of like more holiday resort, but a bit more like, we went because it was kind of, I want to say similar to like Mexico, in the sense that you've got bigger resorts, you can literally stay there because they have all different all-inclusive restaurants, and your drinks and everything's all in. And I think that was sort of the gist of like how they're trying to go for Cape Verde. They're trying to be like more upmarket, shall we say. But it was very up and coming, so there was literally nothing really outside of the hotel room, outside of the resort, should I say. There was in the hotel room. The hotel was amazing. Like, it had 4 restaurants, it had entertainment, it had bars, it had a coffee house. It was awesome. I really enjoyed that. For a lounging around, for anybody that just wants to relax and chill and just lounge around. And yeah, that was definitely really nice. It was red hot. It was boiling. And yeah, it was really nice. I really enjoyed that holiday. That's my sort of cup of tea. When I'm only having like sort of one holiday a year, 100% love holidays like that. Then there was, I'm trying to think. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. I'm not that well travelled. Then we went on our cruise. That was like, oh, I went to Bulgaria. But that was just sort of like a holiday. A bit like, you know, just your European holidays. Like, you know, lounging around a pool. But we went in a like a self-catering apartment. So there was that one. And then there was the cruise. So our cruise was absolutely amazing. We actually went on one as a big family because my Nana died, which I'm sure a lot of you know because I have talked about her before. And she only ever went on one cruise, but the cruise that she went on she just adored so much. And before she died she wanted to go on a cruise with like her entire family, and my granddad paid for us all to go on this. Sadly she passed away before she ever could do that, which was, you know, we all have sort of regrets of that to this day, like why did we not do it sooner. But you know, you don't know what's coming around the corner, and it was a case of we couldn't really do it sooner. Like we all had to go in like the school holidays, so it was really unfortunate and very, very sad. So she died. We cancelled that cruise because it was just a bit too hard for us to do at the time. Like we just all felt really saddened by it all, and you know, as you can imagine, didn't want to do it without her. And then as time progressed we thought we wanted to do something in her memory, and we wanted to go away, and not the entire family. Like my cousins were meant to originally come on the first one and my uncle and stuff, but they couldn't make this one. So it was just like my immediate family, like my mum, dad, brother, James, and then my granddad. And we all went on a cruise, and it was 2. So we went to Cadiz in Spain. Then we went to Barcelona, which is also in Spain. We went to, trying to get it in order so I don't forget one, I think. Oh, then we went to Monte Carlo, which is in France. So we did go to a French port, which was cool. Then we went to Livorno, which is the port that we went, basically at that port we went into Florence and Pisa. So I've seen like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and seen like in Florence that like big dome church building thing. Trying to think. Then we went to Cartagena, which is in Spain, or Cartagena, as I think it's meant to be pronounced. And then we went to Gibraltar, which is like an English, well, it's owned by the British, but it's an island. I don't know where. I'm pretty certain, oh no, that was the Falklands. I was going to say I'm pretty certain that started the Falklands War. No, it didn't. That was the Falkland Islands. But it was, I think it was like similar, like it's like British owned territory. So like everything's in like British pounds. They have like a post box. It's pretty cool actually. But anyway, so that's the places that we went. But I'll tell you a bit more about what we did. So we at Cadiz, we just kind of had a look around. They had like a thick cathedral that we went into, which was pretty cool. And they had like a big like tower that you could walk up. So you went into this tower, you walked up it, and then you could literally see like, I want to say the whole Cadiz from this tower. And it was surreal. Like I really liked it when we looked over one side and you could see like the water and just our cruise ship in the water just looking huge. It was insane to think. It was like, geez, like we're actually like sailing through the water on this big massive boat. Like that's amazing. I really enjoyed that part of it. And then we went to Barcelona. And me, my dad, my brother and James booked to go to the Barcelona football club stadium, the Barcelona stadium, and they have like a bit of a museum there about the like Barcelona's history. So we did like the museum tour, and then we actually got to sit in the ground, tour the stadium, which was really, really cool. Then we sort of just went to see this like mall. I don't even know why we did that. It was very random, but we were looking for stuff to do. We didn't do loads and loads. I think it's very, like the only thing I will say about a cruise is although I got to see a lot of these places, we didn't have a lot of time to see it all. So it is very like time, like you have time constraints there, so you can't do a lot, so you've got to pick and choose what you want to see. That's what we did. And then Monte Carlo, we walked like the Formula 1 route, because the Formula 1 route in Monte Carlo is basically along the streets, like, which is just insane. So they just cordon off like all the streets and, you know, the roads, should I say, more than the streets. And that's where like the cars drive, so you can walk it. So we did that. 3328. And saw like the big casinos up at the top with like the big Ferraris and Porsches outside, because it's for the rich and the famous. So we did that. That's all we did there, because it was absolutely sweltering. It was that hot. Like I can remember having makeup on and it just like melting off my face. It was disgusting. So we did that, and then Florence and Pisa, like I said, we literally did both in one day, which was exhausting. That was like, I've never felt so exhausted in my entire life. I was knackered. I genuinely were. Yeah, I've never been so tired. So that's what we did. We basically got off, we got on the train, we went into Florence, we walked like basically around everywhere that we could in Florence, then got on the train, went backwards to Pisa, literally walked all the way to the Leaning Tower, got a picture of me like, you know, pretending to keep the Leaning Tower up. You've all seen the pictures, I'm sure, of people looking like they are holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then we walked back to the train station, got on the train back to Livorno and back to the ship. And it doesn't sound like we did a lot, but I tell you what, we were out all day. We literally left the ship at like 8 AM in the morning and got back at like 4 PM. It was insane. It was a long day. Okay, so that is all the colours. But I think I want to make like a sticker for the top of the box out of, I don't know, maybe this that says that it's Shine On by Lizzy Falcon. Yeah. So we did that. And then in fact I'm gonna write it down because I want to keep that for my logbook. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then I think that was like the main things that we did. Like Gibraltar, we just went up to the top of like the cliff thing, the mountain. Cartagena, we went and we looked at. It was like one of them Roman amphitheatres, but obviously it can't be Roman because it was in Spain. But we went and looked at like one of them. I need a pen. Then the final place I've been so far is Mexico. So I went to, oh, what's it called? Cancun. That's it. My brain then was not having that. I went to Cancun in Mexico. Nope. And that was just a relaxing, like, amazing holiday. Like, the hotel was, oh, it had like 8 restaurants and it was just so nice. So here are my spares that I've got for this kit. I kind of want to see if they will fit down the side. I think they will. Oh, I don't know. Just squeeze them in. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. They'll fit. There we go. But yeah, so that was me yapping about all my holidays I've ever been on. That question was kind of long, but yeah. I hope you did like it and I wasn't just like absolutely boring everybody to smithereens. But anyway, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting and of course watching. And until next time guys, see you in the next one.